Hello, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zia or Zaya, whichever one you want to call me, and I am back again, guys. I thought I was not gonna come back, but instead of me being angry and silent, let me be angry and criticize them on my platform. I mean, like, I don't like the show, so me being silent is not helping anybody, and it's not helping them because they don't get to know what exactly they are doing wrong and what we don't like. So I thought, let me just come back and deal and give you guys what you want, okay? Because you guys are still asking me for these reviews, so I'm just gonna give it to you. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you click the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to comment down below, like and share this with your friends, as well as get your bell notifications on for my future videos. Anyways, let's get this video started. So, me being MIA, I am sorry, mi amors, but yeah, I just needed to take like a breather and just be like me within myself, because I am biased. I am a book reader, so I was biased to the books, but it's just a show and they need to know what they're doing wrong. So without further ado, let's get started with episode 25, which is titled Husband and Wife, the sequel. So it opens up with the Zulu homestead, the house in Joburg, and all of them are outside. Mqhele and Hlomu have their hands over their wives' eyes, and everybody else is just like excited. There's like 2 cars in the front, they have big bows, and Ntsiga and Nqhele do a countdown, and then they open their eyes and they start squealing because they're so excited about the cars. And Majola was like, Zulu wangiphinda futhi. And then she kisses him, and Ntsiga hands Hlomu the key, and Nqhele hands Za the key to her car, and they start walking towards them, and they open, they get inside, take down the top of the car. It's like a drop top, and Mandisa screams from her, Mandisa, Za screams from her car. She's like, Hlomu, let's drive to Mandisa's. Shade, because Mandisa is not here, and I doubt she got a car. Anyways, Hlomu was just like, I and then Mqhele's like to Ntsiga and Nqhele, you need to get out the car and go buy the meat, and the bride stand at the back. So it moves from them, and then it goes to Hlomu and Za and the kids in the kitchen, and they are singing I'm sure it's a song. So they're singing and dancing to it, and Spani is also like singing to it, and they're just like, Spani, how do you know the song? And he just smiles. And Za tells them to put their lunch tins in their bag so they can leave. Nqhele comes in, he's like, boys, we need to go. We are paying too much money at that school for y'all to be late. And they stand up, they say bye, they go out, and Za leaves the kitchen. As she's leaving, Mqhele is coming in, they greet. Mqhele goes to his wife, and she's just like, how are you guys doing? So her and the baby, how are her and the baby doing? And she's like, no, we fine. And then he starts kissing on her. Like, guys, I'm so happy their chemistry is back. Like, it is on 10. I love it. So yeah, the chemistry is lit. Hlomu getting pregnant was the best thing that could ever happen to her, honestly, because she got pregnant and her and Mqhele kind of moved on from all the BS that was happening in their life, except for Kawa almost ruining it again. But yeah, her getting pregnant was the best thing that could happen to their relationship. Anyways, yeah, he kisses her, and then she's like, oh, thank you for the car. And he's like, I know it's nothing. And she's like, oh, I have to go to work. And he's like, give me one more kiss. So she kisses him again, and it's so cute, guys. Oh my god, it's like my relationship with the show. Like, my relationship with the show is as is as toxic as their relationship together. But anyways, who cares? So yeah, she kisses him again, and then she's like, okay, she's leaving for work, but breakfast is ready. All he has to do is dish up for himself. And this man is just like smiling. She's also just like smiling. So she leaves, and then it goes to Za and her dad. Boring. I didn't even pay attention, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. And then it goes to Langa. It goes to Langa, and he is visiting Mahlomu. It's like a surprise visit for Mahlomu. So Mahlomu is just like, hey, what are you doing here? It's like, oh wow, can't I come and see my sister? And plus I heard that someone's husband bought them a car, so I just want to come and see that. And she's like, oh, okay, is that really why you're here? And she's like, and he's like, yes, and also just to see how you are doing, and also like, when are you giving birth, and like leaving work. And she's like, oh no, I'm taking leave from tomorrow. Today is my last day. So he's like, oh okay. And then Mahlomu was just like, okay, tell me, like, why are you really here? And he's like, oh my gosh, like, I am so broke, like, it's the middle of the month. And she's like, Nazo. He always comes because there's a reason why he's there. And she's like, Nazo. And he's like, I don't even have no 100 rand ku bank account yam. And she's like, uzofuna malini? Ati nothing below 500 rand. He's like, not too much, like, but nothing below 500 rand. And she's just like, okay. And so she gives him 200 rand, and he's just like, say what? And she's like, hi, say mama manj. Oh, I need to keep this money for my child. And it's just like, and then she hands him, I think, 1,000 rand, and he just like smile, and he's just like, ooh, counts the money. And then he's like, but I don't have a husband who's gonna give me money, so you're the only option. And then she's like, okay. And then he's like, bye. And she's like, be safe. And he leaves. And then it goes to parking garage. There's a white BMW parked there. Guys, she wasn't even trying to park in the space. She was literally waiting for Kawe to get there. Like, are we stupid? Because if you are about to park in and someone else parks before you, it's like that's literally what happens. Like, it's like a fight to the parking. But girl, sis was waiting there. And then she moves only when Kawe like comes. I mean, but anyway, Kawe parks, and that is the scene of Kawe and Naledi meeting. I wasn't impressed, guys. I honestly wasn't impressed. Where's the rain? Where's the drama? I don't remember Naledi calling Kawe, are you dumb or are you stupid? But anyways, that happens, and then she starts hooting. She's in the car. Does this man care? No, he does not care. He gets out of his car, and she also gets out and she starts walking towards him, and she's like stomping. I'm still very upset about the choice of Naledi, because she's not a plus size. She's not plus size in any way. She's not a big girl in any ways. She's just thick, and that really is upsetting me and my homegirls. But anyways, she walks to him, and she's just like, didn't you see me about to park in there? And he's like, the parking doesn't have your name on it, which is true. It did not have her name on it. And she's like, are you dumb or are you stupid? And then she just got going on and going on. And this man, doesn't he have the same dumb look he had when he saw Mahlomu? Like, literally the same dumb look. So yeah, he's looking at her, she's going off at him, and he's like checking her out. And yeah, like, that scene bored me, guys. I didn't even get, like, at least with my film, like, there was just like, there was some spark coming from Kawe. But with this one, and then they're gonna tell us that she was the only girl that he had chemistry with. very fatphobic. For me, it is coming across as very fatphobic because I'm sure she's not the only girl who auditioned, or the only girl who was in the running, or the only girl they could have chosen. At least, guys, keep the essence of the character. But who am I and what do I know? I'm just a viewer, and we should not be speaking because I see it as a show. But yeah, he has that look and he's just looking at her, checking her out, and then he's just like, dude, I don't have time for this. And yeah, nigga goes. And then it goes to Mandisa and Nqoba at Nqoba's tavern. And Mandisa is just like, you know what just happened? I just got a call from Uza, and she's so excited. And she's telling me about how she got a Benz, and she's thinking I also got a Benz. Girl, really now. I can't believe that she would actually think she's getting a Benz. She's not the wife. And Nqoba's just like, huh? It's like, don't act like you don't know that they got Benzes. And he's like, hey. Like, you can tell that he's very clueless. And he's like, well, you were the one, Zolologu, who was burning Imali. The money that we were supposed to use for Uza. And also, that would have been the money that we are eating right now. So you can't be coming to me and complaining about a car. And like, literally, he shut her up so quick. Like, so quick. And then she's like, but that's the thing with you. You always put another woman first before you put my needs first. And he's just like, you know what, Mandisa, I don't have a job. The only thing that I have is this shebeen or tavern. And I don't know where you think I'm going to get the money from. Serious question, y'all. So they broke. It's not even a question. So they broke. Or is it just Nqoba who is broke? Because I'm not comprehending. Like, I'm not understanding. If Nqoba has no money, then how doesn't Mqhele have money and Kawe has money and Kusana has money, but Nqoba doesn't have money? Make that make sense. Which goes back to they are broke. That's why they still living in Big Brother house, all of them. And with Naledi coming in also, she's gonna live at Big Brother house. But yeah, Nqoba's just like, I don't have a job, so I am not the chairman anymore. I don't have money, and this is all that I have, so I don't know what you want from me, so please leave me in peace. And he leaves her there, and he goes inside the house. And then it goes to Kawe and Naledi. So Naledi is walking to her car because she parked the man in. Book Naledi was psycho. I don't know about this Naledi. Like, she wasn't giving the psycho that Book Naledi was giving. So she gets there and she's just like, excuse me, because he's standing there and he has his foot on her car, and she's just like, I need to go. And he's like, you know what you did is not right. And she's like, yeah, it serves you right for taking my parking. I just needed to teach you a lesson. And then he's like, oh, the funny thing is none of us can leave here. And she's like, what? At that time she's about to get in her car and she's just like, what? And then he looks down at her tire and it is clamped. And she's just like, what? No, I don't have time for this. And she's like, security, please unclamp my car. And then the guy is like, oh, you need to pay $350. And she's just like, oh, like she's annoyed. Sis gets into a car with so much confidence. She looks in her bag, no money. She looks in the, what do you call that thing again that you pull up? She looks in that, no money. And she's like, oh. And she gets out and she's just like, I don't have any cash. Hey, I had secondhand embarrassment for her. Even in the book, like, I literally had secondhand embarrassment for her, and Kawe was just like so over her. This one was smiling and I'm just like, Kawe is not giving Kawe, guys. His name is Kawe, yes, but Naledi calls him Kawe. So Kawe is not giving Kawe. Like, he's not giving Book Kawe. Like, Book Kawe was so arrogant. Like, so manly, man. Like he was just like a man. Like he had presence. Like he had presence, and he was so arrogant. Everything that he said and everything that he did was just coming off as, I have so much arrogance. Like his ego was just like pushing him. Like he smelled of ego. But yeah, anyways, Khaled laughs at her, and he just like takes out the 350 for her, and then they unclamp her car. And then she's just like, thank you. And then she gets in her car. And this man tries to ask, and she's just like, I don't have time for you. She gets in the car, and yeah, she leaves. And then it goes to Nkosana, and no, it goes to Nomusa calling Nkosana. And she is telling him that her son is fine. The doctors are saying that he's going to make a full recovery, and he's going to be just like any other kid. And Kasana's like, oh, that's good to hear. And then she's like, I just want to thank you and Uza for what you did for my son and what you did for me. And then he's like, no, we should be thanking you for what you're doing for us, which is the truth, because I would not go to jail for anybody. I am sorry. I am not meant to go to jail. My face is not meant for jail, so I would definitely not. So that happens, and then it goes to Za and Nkosana, and they are in the room, and Nkosana is basically voicing his concerns about Za's dad, but yeah, I didn't pay attention to that either. And then it goes to Mqhele and Hlomu. So Mqhele is walking Hlomu in, and she has her eyes closed, and then he tells her to open. Another surprise, guys. Oh, my man is winning. Like, Mqhele was the best husband when it came to gifts in Hlomu the wife. In Hlomu, yes, in the book. The Hlomu book series, Mqhele was the best when it came to gifts. So, yeah, she opens her eyes, and he decorated the corner with, for the baby. So they don't even have a room for the baby, guys. Big brother house. I can't. Why are they broke? Why are they broke? That really upsets me. But yeah, my family is just like, oh, like it looks so cute. It's like white and neutral colors and gray. It looks so pretty. And it's like a cot that is just white, and then there's a picture of them in the corner at the top of the cot, and it's just like, oh man, mommy and daddy. That was really cute. And she's like, oh, this is why you wanted the picture. And he's like, yeah. And yeah, he's just like so excited. Both of them are so excited about the baby finally coming. And then it goes to the Majola brothers, Gwaza and Geja. And Geja is just like upset about the Zulu brothers as always, and he's just like, we need to do something about them. Like, I am sick and tired of them, and also like we need to get our inheritance back, basically, because the association belongs to their family, because their dad was the one in charge, or he started it, I don't know, something like that. But like, no, we need to kill Sambulo. And so they're coming up with like scenarios on how to kill Sambulo, and Geja's just like, no, actually I have a better plan. Oh no, actually Gwaza says, I have a better plan. We need to hit them where it hurts the most. We need to get Indandugazi Yabo, and that is Mahlomu. And I'm just like, oh, Mahlomu will never get peace. And they're like, no, we need to kidnap her. And yeah, that way we will lure the Zulu brothers in one place, and we will just like finish them all. And Geja's like, yeah. So they are literally, they are they remind me of Scar and his hyenas, but yeah, they don't have the hyenas. I don't know which one is the hyena and which one is Scar, but yeah, they just remind me of that, because he was always planning and none of his plans actually came to fruition for long. But yeah, that happens, and then it ends with them, and then it goes to episode 26, which is The Sins of the Father, titled The Sins of the Father. So it opens up with Naledi, and she's at the taxi rank. My face, guys, my face when I saw that, I was just like, that is not Naledi Montsho. Like, it cannot be her. So she's at the taxi rank. So I'm just like, so do doctors go to taxi rank? No, besides taxi rank, do doctors go out and do testing outside of their practice or the hospital or whatever? And Naledi was working as a psychiatric doctor. I'm sorry guys, but like, this really made me laugh. I was just like, what is going on? Naledi worked with the crazy people. Kawe is not going to be able to say crazy people because she does not work with crazy people, clearly. If she's doing tests, HIV tests, outside, taxi rank, station, I can't. But yeah, no offense to her. And literally every man who's there is just like, yo, this girl's so pretty. I will not take that away from her. She is gorgeous. Like, she's stunning. She's just not my Naledi. So yeah, every man is just like, oh, yeah, I know this girl's so pretty. And one of them is just like, she probably doesn't even go to the toilet. And I'm just like, did they really have to put that line in there? The writer's there. Yo, stained glass is just vibes there. But yeah, he says that, and then Godku's just like, oh my god, this girl is so pretty. Something comes and he's just like, what's going on with you? And he's like, don't you see? Like, see what? I am waiting for her. And I'm just like, oh, it can't, let it not be a Kawe and Mqhele situation again. I can't deal with that. So Nzia's just like, oh, so you think you're gonna get her? And I was like, yeah, like nesabata isizolona imbuzi, and yeah, we're gonna eat that, and yeah, I'm gonna ask Hlomu to give me one of her dresses, to give me her dress, because I know it doesn't fit her now because she's pregnant. And Tigger's just like laughing at his brother, and then Kawe comes and he's just like, what's going on here? What are you guys doing here? And he's like, oh no, we are here to see the doctor. And she's like, what doctor? And he's like, there. So when he points, Kawe is just like smiling because he knows the doctor. So he fixes himself and then he walks to the front. That's such a Kawe thing to do. Queen would be happy about this part, but yeah. Kawe walks to the front, and then the guys try to tell him that he needs to go back, and then when he turns they see it's Zulu and they're just like, Mhlonisha, boss, like, yo, no, we didn't mean to, you can go ahead. And Naledi's just like sitting there and she's just like, okay, confused. This man sits down and she's like, oh, you again? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna eat 350 And she's just like, oh my gosh, not this 350 again, like, honestly. And he's like, well, the only way you're gonna get, oh, she says to him he needs to get at the back of the line, and yeah, and then come to her. And he's like, no, I'm gonna 350 that's why I'm here. And she's just like annoyed that he still wants the 350. And then he says, you know what, the only way I can leave you alone is if you agree to go out on a date with me. And she's like, are you crazy? That's not gonna happen. And then he's like, okay, then I have the whole day, I'm just gonna sit here and yeah, and you can look at my face. And she was like, okay, you know what, you can go, I will go out on a date with you. And then he's like, okay, cool. And then he stands up and then he leaves and takes his brothers and they go. Gogi thought he was talking for him with Naledi because it's what he's asked before Kawe walked to Naledi. But yeah, they walk away and then they carry on, and then it goes to the Majola brothers, and they're in the car and they're waiting for someone to show up. I don't know, one of the drivers. And then Gwaza's basically saying to Geja, this plan better work. And Geja says, this plan is gonna work because I have been following this girl for quite some time, so I know exactly where she goes, when and where. And then Gwaza's just like, oh, this guy's not coming, so let's go and fetch him. So they go, and yeah, and then it goes to Za and Godli and Nziga and her dad, and they are building a ramp for him because he's in a wheelchair. Guys, the fact that Za and her dad are getting along, that is very suspect to me, because she did not give two ish about this man. Like, she did not care about him, and for good reasons. So the fact that they are all trying to build a relationship here is gonna end in tears. But anyways, they're building the ramp for this man, and they're just giving people screen time who do not need to have screen time. That is my thing. That is the problem. All the people that keep on showing up on the show are not supposed to have so much screen time. Like Za's dad, honestly, guys, like... Anyways, yeah, they built the ramp for him, and I was just like bored about that scene, so I'm just gonna skip right ahead. And then it goes to Hlomu, and she's leaving the office. So she's leaving the office, like she's just like, she seems like she's in pain, and she's waddling, like she is like waddling, like she's like a penguin. That's how she's walking, and every 2 seconds it's like, why are you at work, girl? You were supposed to be at home. So yeah, that's happening, and then she opens her boots and she puts some things in there, and then she goes and she gets in her car and she sits down. As she sits in, taxi passes and stops right in the middle of, basically right by her car. I don't even think she's paying attention. And then Geja comes out and takes out a gun and knocks on her window and tells her to get out, and she's just like, and she's trying to like negotiate with him, and he's like, he calls her out of her name, tells her to get in the taxi. A guy comes out and gets in Hlomu's car. She gets into the taxi, and she's like, my husband has a lot of money. That's the first thing she says. She's like, my husband has a lot of money. Whatever you want, he will give it to you. And Gwaza's basically saying, well, he calls her out of her name and then says she must shut up. And Gecha's just like, oh no, this is bad luck. We can't take her. We can't kidnap a pregnant woman. Like, this is a bad luck. Bad luck. So now he's freaking out because, I mean, like, you've been following her. So you're supposed to know that she is pregnant? I mean, come on now. Come on. And Gwaza doesn't want to hear any of it. Like, he's not even listening to what his brother's saying. So they drive off, and the guy who's driving Hlomu's car drives after them. And then it goes to Za and her dad. And yeah, no, skip right ahead. And it goes to Hlomu and the Majola brothers in the car. And girl is having pains, like she is having labor pains. And Gwaza says to her, you better not be peeing in my taxi. Oh, these guys. And then Geja's just like, we are come. And she's just like screams. And they're like, what? And she's like, my water just broke. They're like, she's saying Inganiesa. And Gecha's like, what? The child is coming right now. He starts freaking out. You'd say he was the dad. And he's like, nope, we can't do this. I cannot. And he's like, I love kids. His brother's like, you don't have any kids. He's like, yes, but I love kids, and I'm not gonna kill a pregnant woman. I am not doing it. And just like, she's like screaming. She's like, please call my husband. She's like, I need to go to the hospital. Geja holds her hand, guys. The way he is trying to comfort her. He holds her hands like, what do you need? She's like, I need my husband. And they're like, no. And she's like, I need to go to the hospital. They're like, no hospitals. Gwaza's the one who's saying no hospital. Geja is willing to do anything at this point. And he is freaking out, and he is basically screaming as much as Hlomu is. Yusuf is also in labor. And then it goes to Naledi at the taxi rank, and then she tells her assistant that she is hungry, so she's gonna go and get some food. So she stands up as she's walking, and Kawe comes back, and she's just like, yo, dude, where can I find a bank around here so I can give you your 350? And Kawe, guys, he must not speak Tswana. Like, I feel so, the whole time I felt so uncomfortable because I hate it when people speak isiZulu and they butcher it. So the fact that he is butchering isiTswana this badly, guys, it's making me very uncomfortable. Like, it's giving me secondhand embarrassment for him. He needs to stop. He needs to stop because it is not working. No. So yeah, he's trying to mac on her. And yeah, girls falling. No chemistry, guys. I'm sorry, there's no chemistry between Kawe and Naledi. Or maybe I'm gonna see it later on, but at this point there's nothing. Zilch. Like, I Nancy, I Felicity butterflies, and Kawe and Naledi in the book were lit. They were second best to Mqhele and Hlomu. I know my friends are gonna come for me because I said that, but yeah, Kawe fans are gonna come for me. But Mqhele and Hlomu's chemistry was lit. And then Naledi and Kawe's chemistry was the second after theirs. But yeah, there's no chemistry, guys. I'm not feeling its chemicals. Nah. I'm not like swooning. I'm not looking at them and be like, oh, so cute. No. So as they are talking, Sambulu comes to Kawe and is like, I need you. And Kawe's just like, I'm busy here. And he's like, I need you now. I need you to help me with the books. And then Kawe's just like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, I'll see you later. So as she is standing there, Gwaza comes towards her and he's like, I need your help. And she's like, what? And he's like, there's a woman who is about to give birth. And she's like, well, send her to the hospital. I mean, that's only logical. And he's like, no, her water just broke and she needs a doctor now. And then he starts pushing her and she's like, don't push me, like, don't push me. And he just like pushes her and she goes with him. And she gets there and Hlomu is just like having contractions. And Getch's like, Gwaza's like, where are the guys? And Getch's like, I sent them away before they see something they're not supposed to see. And then he's like, okay. And Naledi's like, I need you guys to get us to a secluded place. And Hlomu is just saying, please call my husband. Please call Mqhele. Please call Mqhele. And they're not listening to her. No, Mqhele is going to be called, yeah, girl. And then it goes to Za's dad, and he is in Nkosana's office. So yeah, he's pretending, just like Nkosana thought, like suspected, he's pretending to be sick. Anyways, I'm not interested in this man. I will skip every scene that he's in. So yeah, no. Goes to Naledi, Hlomu and the Majola brothers, and they just parked at this place. It looks like a parking block, but also it looks like a testing ground because of the things on the floor, demarcation on the floor. But anyways, they park there and Geja and Gwaza get out the car and he's like, this is not how it was supposed to go. This is not the plan. Like, when are we gonna get these guys now? Because this is not what we had planned. And then Geja's like, no, it's still gonna happen. Like, we're still gonna do it. And so Hlomu is in the car and she's just like, I need my husband, like, call my husband. And the lady's like, there's no time to call your husband, you need to push, your baby is coming. So Geja opens the door and he's like, has she given birth? And the lady's just like, no, but she's about to. And she starts saying to her she needs to push. So Mahlomu's birth was so easy, guys. Like, she literally just like dropped that baby. Like, it wasn't like like most people did in the movies. Like, she didn't even scream. She was like Courtney, basically. It's just that she was like weak, but like she was like Courtney, and her delivery was easy. She pushed a few times, baby out. So I think the whole time that she was at work, she was actually having contractions, and when she left work, she was already dilated. But yeah, anyways, so she pushes and the baby comes out. Naledi takes the baby and puts it on her and cuts the umbilical cord. So it ends there. And then it goes to episode 27, which is baby girl, which is titled Baby Girl Zulu. Tania, the only girl in this family. But anyways, baby girl Tania is here. So it opens up with Mqhele and Hlomu, and they're walking in the house, and Mqhele has the baby. Aww. So the Majola brothers did the right thing, and they let go of Hlomu and her child and Naledi without hurting anybody. So yeah, as they get in, Mqhele and Ziga are coming down the stairs, and they start singing the song from The Lion King. Na tingwenya babagi tibabu. I love them, guys. The only person missing is Mbande in this duo. Yeah, so they can be a trio again. But yeah, they start singing that song, and it's so cute, and everyone's just like so happy. And Zach comes out, she's like, why so much noise in this house? And Kawe also comes, everyone wants to see the baby, so Mqhele just sits down and doesn't even pay attention to everybody else. And Mqhele just like has his baby girl like in his hands, and Ntsika's and Mqhele like, oh, she's so pretty, and it's just like cooing at the baby. And Kawe just has a look on his face. I don't know what that look is, but that baby is not yours, my nigga. That baby is not yours. You need to get over it. And then Za asks Mahlomu how she's feeling, and how it mustn't have been nice giving birth on the street. And she's like, well, it is what it is. It happened. It's not the ideal, but yeah, she is here. And then Nkosana asks to see the baby, to hold the baby. And as Mqhele is passing along the baby, Kawe has a look again. Kawe, every time I have to just like collect myself, because I am ready to go off at him at any moment. So Nkosana gives Mqhele gives Nkosana the baby, and Nkosana starts saying clan names, and then he says Umzukulu kaSibopho no Nomafu, we welcome you, and we welcome you, baby Mtania's Zulu. And I'm just like, oh, Tania. And so I was just like, oh, it's such a beautiful name. Yes, it is. It's such a beautiful name. I don't know a lot of Mtanias. So Mtania is actually their grandmother's name. Yes, Mtania is actually their grandmother's name. It belonged to Sibopho's mom. Her name was Mtania. So I guess it's just like carrying on the name because she's the only girl in the family. So yeah, baby Mtania. And yeah, everyone's just like, oh, cooing over the baby. And then Mqhele's like, oh, I think she did a doo-doo, so I'm just gonna go and change her. And Za's like, no, let me do it, I can change her. And Mqhele's like, no, I got this. I got this, like, it's my child, so I can change her. And Za's just like, okay, no, I can go with you. And he's like, no, don't worry, like, I will do it. And then Kotli and Tia are just like, you are gonna change a nappy. And he's like, yes. And they're like, yes, I changed into my dad. That's what a child will do to a man, especially a baby girl. Like, even in the book, when Mtania came, like, she changed Mqhele somewhat completely. Not completely, but like she changed Mqhele and his behavior. Like, he became a different Mqhele, because it's a different kind of loves a different kind of feeling. You have to protect this person, like, from everything. And even the I think even the way that he treated Mahlomu when he would beat her, like when baby Mtania came, it was just like none of that's gonna happen, because I mean, now I have a daughter also, like some guy's gonna come and beat her up. No. So he takes the baby and goes, and then goes to the Majolas, and Gwaza is really not happy about what they did. Like, letting go of Mahlomu was not the best idea, and Getch's like, no, it was the right thing to do, and she promised that she wouldn't tell. And he's like, how do you know? And he's like, if she told, the Zulu brothers would have been here a long time ago, which is true. So girl, mouth shut, key. And he's like, no, we need to get our dad's inheritance back. Like, we need to get our name back. Like, I am like, we need to remove the Zulu brothers from here, and Sambulo is the key. And Getch's like, yeah, no, we can do that, definitely, we can still do that, and we just need to get it right. So it goes from them, and it goes to Langa, and he's at his place, he's on his bed, and he gets a call from his Wele, and she's just like, Usefigile umtani, and he's just like, Ubaloy, and she's like, umtani, athi silwane sini leso. And she's just like, ingane yami. And he's like, what? How? Dude, we planned to go together to your delivery, so what happened? And she's like, yo, it wasn't planned, it's just like it just happened. And yeah, she's here, and I sent you pictures, so look at your phone. So Langa looks at his phone, and he's just looking at this girl, and he's like, oh, so like he's cooing out, and like, oh, ganga uncle. So he's really excited about it. And then he's just like, ah, but Mahlomu, we made plans. And she's like, yes, but it happened so quickly. And he's like, okay, I'll come and see you, I'll come and visit you. And she's like, okay, I have to rest also, because she's sleeping, so I might as well get my rest as well. And then he promises to come see her. And then it moves on to Nkosana, and he is visiting Namusa at the prison, and she and him are having a conversation about Za's dad, because he says he doesn't trust her. So he is literally just like divulging to her his concerns about him, and she's just saying to him that he should not think too much about it, and he's an old man, so he can't be lying about being sick. But little does she know, he is a liar. And then she's like, so how was the wedding? Let me see the pictures. And he shows her the pictures, and she looks at them, she looks at them, she looks at them, and then she gives back his phone. And then he asks her about his about her baby daddy. And then she's like, I've never been lucky in love, so yeah, that's just something that I have to accept, and that I'm gonna be alone. And he's like, there's no such thing, because everybody deserves to be loved. And she smiles a little bit. And then it goes to the Zulu house, and Mqhele has made tea for Mahlomu, so he comes in while she is feeding the baby. And he's like, I thought the day that we got married was the best day of my life, but Tania being born surpasses that. And I'm just like, oh, that's so sweet. And he's like, I'm so sad that I missed it, like, why didn't you call me? And she's like, it just happened in the blink of an eye. Which is the truth, like, it happened like this, because yeah, it wasn't planned. So, and she couldn't even call him because she was kidnapped, and she can't even tell him that that's what happened. So he's like, oh, well, I want to thank the person that helped you, the doctor, the good doctor that helped you, so why don't you invite her to dinner so she can come? And she's like, Nebel, and she's like, yeah, I just want to thank her in person. So it goes to Mahlomu on the phone with Naledi, and she is inviting Naledi to the dinner, and the lady's just like, oh, thank you, yes, definitely I'll be there, so send me the location, don't forget to send me the location. And she's like, yeah, no, definitely I'll send you, but can I please just ask you not to tell my husband what happened. Just tell him that we were at the mall and that's how the baby came. While she's talking to Naledi, Za is eavesdropping on the conversation. I'm just like, oh shit. And she's just like going on, and the lady's just like, yeah, no, don't worry, I won't tell him. And she's like, one more thing, the two guys that were with us, please do not even mention them to my husband also. And the lady's just like, okay, yeah, no, I won't. So how's the baby? And she's like, oh no, being a new mom is great, but I'm learning new things. And she's like, yeah, it's the only way that you can do it. And then she's like, okay, then I'll see you like later on for dinner. She hangs up, and as she hangs up, as she turns around, Za is literally just like here. And she's like, what's going on here? And she's like, oh. And she's like, Hlomu, you need to tell them. And she's like, no, I can't tell them. Like, I can't tell them. She's like, why? You know how Zulu's gonna act. And I am tired of having bloods. I'm tired of having blood in my hands. So I just want to have peace and be a new mom and just like love my child. And she's like, you need to tell them because they need to be peeled like amazambani. And she's like, but you didn't tell them about Ubuli. And she's like, shh. And she's like, you see, so we all have secrets. And she's like, oh, so you're negotiating with my kidnappers. What if they come back? Which is the truth. I also think she should have told, because they literally are going to come back. They're planning to come back, and ooh, it's going to be too late by the time Hlomu speaks. But anyways, Za's just like, so how's the baby? He's like, oh, no, let's go and check her. So they go and they check the baby. To Mandisa and Za, and they are in the kitchen and they're cooking. Guys, I'm still not over the fact that Za can cook. Wow, stained glass really has changed things around. But yeah, they're cooking in the kitchen and Mandisa's singing. And she's like to Za, put down your phone. And where is our third wife anyways? And because there are 3 wives in this family. And she's like, how she is nursing. Ata Nati, we nursed and we cooked. We had babies and we cooked. And it's like, no, like times are different. So I was like, no, times are different, and like just be easy on her. And she's like, no. As she's complaining, Kawe walks in and he goes to the fridge, takes out a beer. He's like, don't mind me, I'm just taking a beer. And they're like, okay. And then as he walks out, the doorbell goes off. And Za's like, Kawe, could you please like attend to that? And she's like, okay, cool. Goes and he sees who's at the door, and it's Naledi. She's looking stunning. And he opens the door and she's just like, you again. So both of them just like, oh, Kawe is having a fun time with this, and she's just like annoyed. And she's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, I was invited by Hlomu. And what are you doing here? And he's like, I live here. And she's like, oh, so you're the one they've been talking about. And she's just like, oh. And he tries to give her a hard time. And she's just like, dude, I need to get in, so direct me. Where do I go? There. He's just like, oh, get in and go that way. So she gets in, and then it goes to everybody at the table. They're having dinner, and Mqhele is just like saying his thank yous to Naledi. It's just like, oh, thank you for helping my beautiful wife and give birth to our daughter. I'm just like, we as Abomageba, we are so grateful to you for helping her. And yeah, we just wanted to bring you here tonight and just to thank you. And everyone's just like, yeah, basically agreeing with what he's saying. And then it goes to Nkosana, and Nkosana is just like, yes, we'd like to thank you for that. And it goes to Naledi, and she's just like, oh, thank you for having me today, and I'm so glad that I could help Hlomu give birth to the baby, to a healthy baby, and thank you for having me tonight. And yeah, and I guess Mtania, thank you to Mtania for bringing us together. And then Kawe does a toast for Naledi, and yeah, everybody toasts around the table, and it's all nice. And then they catch eyes, And then it goes to Mqhele walking Naledi out to her car. And then he's like, so I know you are going to your friend's baby shower. Can I bring gifts? She's just like, what? How did you know? And he's like, well, when you meet a beautiful lady like yourself, you need to make sure that you get to know everything that you can about that person. And yeah, sis is smitten. Like, she's just like, okay, this weird, but like also just like, oh, this egg. And he's like, so I can drive you to Kimberley. I can drive down with you to Kimberley. And she's like, how did you know? And she's like, oh yeah, yeah, sure. Like, she's literally just like stunned. And they have like a conversation, Yana, and then Mqhele out of the blue kisses her, and she stops and then she kisses him back, and then it's just like, ooh, okay, maybe not, I don't know. And then she moves back and she's just like, Mqhele's like, I can take you home, and she's like, no, I can take myself home. So she gets in her car and she drives off. So it ends there. So yeah, guys, my thing is, they failed to give us the hijacking of Hlomu when she was pregnant with the twins, and then they gave us this botched kidnapping that did not even have a climax. Woo! The show is just the pits, guys. Zah's dad is not supposed to be here. Mandisa is not supposed to be here because girl's supposed to be dead. Naledi was supposed to be introduced before Zah's wedding, but she's introduced after the wedding. She was supposed to be at the wedding and then find out that Mqhele is a killer. But because these people did not read the books, they did not read the books, and that's why everything is just like up, down, around and round, haywire. Why is Hlomu giving birth in a taxi, and why is Naledi the person helping her give birth? Woo! Mess. But anyways, that is the end of this video. If you guys like it, give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, and get your bell notifications for my future videos. Thank you guys for watching.